Welcome back, everyone. There is a supernatural comedy that's hit the theaters, and here to talk about that are Bart and Jennifer Mills, our local movie reviewers. Welcome, Bart and Jen.
Good morning.
All right, so a big cast in this movie.
Yeah, it's really sort of a four-hander at the base of it. So this is Aziz Ansari. His better known as Tom from Parks and Rec, for those of you who are TV watchers. He's done quite a bit since then, but this is his directorial debut. And he basically plays a gig worker who's having a tough time. And then Keanu Reeves, who's kind of honestly brilliant in this, plays this kind of inept angel. And his job is, he's a low-key angel. His job is literally to save people who are texting and driving. So it's a full-time job, obviously. But he decides when he sees Aziz character one day struggling, he decides he's going to get more involved. And what happens is he switches Aziz's life for the life of a tech bro who is played by
Seth
Rogen,
and wacky hijinks ensue.
Yeah, so when you have Seth Rogen and, of course, Sandra Oh in the movie, you know it's going to be a comedy, so it's pretty funny. And then Keanu Reeves, of course, I guess he played Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure, so that was a long time ago, but going back...
He was playing stupid long before he was John Wick. I mean, you know, he does this kind of... It's not even a stupid thing. You know, when he was younger, he played a frankly, for character, just as kind of a dull person. Now it comes off so sweet and kind of open and naive,
kind of childlike.
Yeah. And it's kind of fun to see him, especially after watching a decade of John Wick movies. Now he's kind of taking on this other character, but now we see him back in comedy. And he's great. Keke Palmer is in here as kind of the love interest. She's not given nearly enough to do because I love Keke Palmer, but she's brilliant as well. And Aziz Ansari is just, he's one of those guys you forget how much you like him he's just human on the screen. He just comes across as a very likable guy, and that's kind of what you need in this role.
Right. Now, you did mention that you kind of comes across as sweet. So I'm going to read you a critic review, and it said... well, it's actually a viewer's review, but this person said, it's generally a cute movie, and we all walked out smiling. So I'm not sure, I'm guessing with the comedy, you would be walking out smiling.
Yeah, there's a lot of laugh out loud moments. You know, it's a really, really good script. Everybody gets a lot of really great one-liners, and I definitely walked out smiling. I like this movie more than any movie we've seen in quite some time.
Yeah, it's a gentle movie.
Yeah,
it's not gentle. Like, we went through a phase, especially with Seth Rogen movies, where there was body or humor, and it was, there was some, when we think back on days when we had some of the really fun, the movies from Apatow and whatnot, those were really raucous, loud laugh movies. This is a gentler movie. This is more of this has a sort of a throwback feel to the 80s and even 70s, but it's smart. I think it's doing everything it needs to do. It's not a gut buster, but it's a lot of fun.
All right, so let's go to the big reveal here. Are we giving this movie 2 big thumbs up, a thumbs down, or just somewhere in the middle?
I'm giving it 2 big thumbs up. I absolutely love this movie. It was just really sweet. Really well acted, really well cast. I absolutely loved it. I just thought it was great.
Yeah, same here. I thought it was a fun movie, and I look forward to seeing it again. Yeah. I think this is another one of those things I'm always going to advocate. Some movies, this is a smaller movie. There's not a lot of car chases or big graphic art and anything. So, it's one of those you wouldn't think about seeing in the big screen, but comedy is great as a communal experience. And so, seeing this movie with a group of people would just make it that much better.
All right, so it's always good to laugh. So we're going to give it 2 big thumbs up for the movie Good Fortune. Well, Bart and Jen, thanks so much for joining us today. Appreciate it.
Thank you
for having us.
All right, well, don't go away because we have more when we return.